Did you create a room too?
Right, we are now, I believe, live on Facebook.
Hello,
Yay.
Facebook.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am just going to check and just make sure that we are live. Hold on one second. Let me just go here for 1 second.
No.
All right, so I'm really excited to speak about the kids' nutrition because this is something like near and dear to my heart. I've been using the kids' nutrition for the last 7 years. I started Holton when he was 2. Actually 1.5. I want to say he was 1.5. I would give him just like a little half, and he would just sit there and mostly I crushed it up into a juice. So, okay, so let me just make sure this is all correct. Yes, it is. All right, so I am, along with my friend Colleen Fay, who's here with me. Colleen was originally the one who introduced me to Shaklee. She was a baby massage therapist that kind of helped us. And I just feel so blessed to have been able to just be shown a better way, because at the time I was exhausted. My son had skin issues. My husband had skin issues. I just didn't have the energy. I was an older mom, so I'm scared about my future. And Shaklee opened up this whole world for me and has made it simple, has made it trustworthy. I don't have to like research all the time. And then, of course, just the whole fact that Shaklee is an awesome company all around. So there's so many cool things about Shaklee. All right, so I would like to tonight get started with showing you a presentation. This was made a little while ago, but it's all still the same stuff. And hopefully you will enjoy this, okay? I also, if you want to see, I set up a room on Facebook. Let's see if anybody will join us. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there. All right, let's get started. We're going to share my screen.
Well, you definitely have plenty of energy now, Missy.
Yes, yes, I will say I do. And what is it, 8 o'clock at night? And I'm ready to go. And Riley just walked in. Okay, I heard the door squeak. All right, I just want to make this a bigger thing here. Slideshow, play from the start so you can see a bigger screen. Okay. All right, so welcome to our Shaklee Health Chat. We are, and I am, a mom on a mission. Most of my clients and my distributors, they're all moms on a mission. We all love working together. We have a great Shaklee Moms group. I think we're almost 1,500 strong. It's just crazy, with all these moms that come together, and we're all about just making sure that we stay healthy, especially in this day and age. So a little bit about Shaklee. We say 100 years of innovation. Dr. Shaklee has been making like healthy products for people through nature since way before. And he actually started this company when he was 65 years old. So Shaklee is 63 years altogether as a company. And then of course, prior to that, he was like the first person to ever make a vitamin, a first multivitamin in the US. So same thing with the instant protein. You know, I have to giggle because when you go to the store and you see all the protein, you know, up on the shelf, you can thank Dr. Shaklee for that. So that's kind of cool. And then if you look below, you'll just see through the years that everything they do is always about health, always about health. So I mentioned this earlier. The one thing that I love about Shaklee is they take the guesswork out of, or the concern of, are you giving your child something that is safe, that will work. We say purity and safety, and of course Shaklee goes beyond organic. And I'm just going to read this to you because I think this is important. We say beyond organic reflects our belief that our quality standards go beyond how and where an ingredient is grown. Instead, we look to confirm the purity and the potency of the ingredients from the creation of the product to the delivery to the customer. And I can't tell you, that's like a very short sentence, but like when you dive into Shaklee and you see all the testing that you do, it's very, makes me feel good. As a mom, makes me feel good. So We do this by conducting over 100,000 quality tests per year and screen for over 350 contaminants, pesticides, and impurities on every new botanical ingredient. This is 3 times the required amount than the United States Pharmaceuticopeia, which we all know the FDA, the USP, and all these government overseers just don't even trust them anymore. So that's kind of sad. I know I say that. Here's another cool thing about Shaklee that I think is awesome is that they have over 120 published peer-reviewed scientific papers. They have more than 70 patents and patents pending. I always say Shaklee is the greenest company in the US and probably the world because they really go above and beyond. Plus, they have this integrity that they've had for so many years that they abide by, and that's just amazing to me. All right, so a fast thing, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but this is called our landmark study. It shows how those who took Shaklee supplements, and it was a 20-year study on those who didn't take supplements or those who took single supplements, and how much, you know, better the Shaklee people came out as far as their numbers and all these particular things, heart health, the brain health, biological stress, just all of it was really cool. So you can check that out at landmarkstudy.com, actually. All right, so here's the other cool thing. Shaklee also has a great pure performance team. They have Shaklee has, I think it's 142 Olympic medals of Shaklee athletes or athletes that are powered by Shaklee. It would be, I know it says 137, but I think it's now 142, so, or 144. And I think that's really cool that people come to Shaklee because they can trust Shaklee. They know that what they're getting is not going to get them into trouble, you know, if they get tested. And then down here at the bottom, you see the Kelly brothers, who I have a picture of with. They came to one of our conventions, and they are big Shaklee people. We have Shaklee in space. NASA actually uses some of Shaklee products. So here's what you probably see this all over my Facebook and Colleen too. We talk about the Shaklee difference. And I can't even stress that enough. Shaklee is different than any company that's out there. And I think when people really try Shaklee, they really realize how great of a company it is, and the fact that it helps them, makes them feel good. So you can certainly, I'm just going to briefly show you a couple of my favorites on here. One is Shaklee's planted more than 1 million trees. They're very much a part of the environmental movement. They were actually the very first company in the year 2000 to be climate neutral, which means they don't put a footprint on the earth. And that also is cool. They've done more than 300 million in research and development, and it just, the list goes on. So love, love, love the Shaklee difference. All right, let's get to the kids. So today's kids concerns me as a parent. I'm not just even diabetes or asthma or, you know, overweight or just health issues at such a young age. It's just so scary. And I really want to just, I want to help everyone. You know, I sometimes think, Colleen, maybe I should go for my children's nutrition certification because it's, you know, as a mom, and if you're a mom too, you will know, like, that's like our number one thing. We want to make sure that our kids stay healthy.
You know, it's really interesting that you mentioned that just for a minute about going to get your certification in this and this. And it's the excitement that draws you to want to do that. And I understand that because I'm always looking to certify in something new all the time. But it's really wonderful that it's not something you have to do to understand how powerful and how terrific Shaklee is. They give you so much information and so much testing and so much that you can really wrap your hands around and embrace and share, that becoming, you know, even expanding on that is just out of the excitement of of what this company can do for you.
That's really true. And I do. You know, Holton is a great testimony in that he very rarely gets sick. And it makes me want to be able to go out there and just tell every mommy, just give it a try. Give it a try. You have nothing to lose. And we'll talk about that. All right. So, do your children get sick more often than you like? Do they have growing pains? Are they eating 6 fruits and vegetables each day? I know a lot of them are not. Do they suffer from allergies or ear infections, mood swings, poor concentration?
Mhm.
So these are some of the things that happen for our children. And one of the things that I love that we kind of simplify, and that is there are 4 things that you can get to build your child's health: vitamins, minerals, proteins, and essential fatty acids. Very important. So we're going to talk about this. Making healthful food choices, right? Being able to have that, protein. I'm just going to go down the list. Vitamin A, vitamin C, really important, especially today. Calcium, iron, healthy carbohydrates and fats, and of course your omegas. But we don't always are able to get that into our children. And this is why I think it's really important, because, we're always moving, especially if your kids are in the sports, they're always on the go. So to be able to sit at home and eat healthy is not always the case. And I love that our multivitamins are a complete vitamin. They don't just have a few, right? There are some vitamins that you see out there that only have so many of the vitamins, not the whole, what I would consider the whole nutrition. And so they have 23 essential vitamins and minerals in the Incredibites. It also has the lactoferrin, and we're going to talk about that. Lactoferrin is like an immune boosting component that's in Incredibites.
Mhm.
And basically, it's also what's in your breast milk. So it's one of those things that if you dive into what lactoferrin is, something really important, and I really think that you can see, right, protects against viruses, fungi, reduces inflammation. Studies show that it's preventative of cancer, enhances intestinal absorption, especially iron absorption, which is great. And then, of course, your immune cells and the intestines and all that stuff. Lactoferrin is a great addition to our Incredibites. I think it makes it stand out. Then you have our Mighty Smarts, and Holton actually has a cute little video of him talking about the Mighty Smarts, because when he was around 4, he loved them. It was his favorite chew. They taste like little orange bursts, and basically this is your DHA. This is what's really, really important for brain development, and helpful, I think, also, as you see at the bottom, they talk about ADHD and certain things. So DHA plays a very important role in cognitive health. Is your child sleepless or restless? A lot of times we hear people do what they get at the CVS to help their kids, and I think melatonin is one of them. I'm a little nervous because that's a hormone, and it should only be a temporary situation. But the chewable CalMed, I used to give Holton when he was little, when he would want to not stay in his crib, and and he would just go in his milk, and it would just kind of calm him down, and also really good for growing pains and acid reflux. So these are great. These are chewables. Kids can chew it. Some other things that we love is our probiotic. Now we also have our Optiflora DI, which is a capsule that you can get, which is for the digestive and immune system. But we also have this little pearl, which Holton demonstrates on sucking it through a straw. It's his thing that he's very proud of, that he can swallow at least one of his vitamins. And it's very tiny. And I love that it's triple encapsulated so that it gets down to the gut where it belongs. A probiotic, I think, is very important in many reasons, and especially if there's issues. You definitely want to consider a probiotic as a staple in your child's nutrition. Okay, here's a couple of our favorites. Garlic Complex, Defend and Resist. The garlic complex, I will never be without. It is great if you, especially if you have an older child at school or you have a college kid, and to keep themselves healthier from getting sick. Garlic is almost like, what do they say? A couple garlic cloves equals,
I think it's 10 of them is equal to an antibiotic.
right, right. So it is very high as an antioxidant, and garlic is very good. And then we have also another favorite of mine that I'm never without, and I'm so lucky that I don't have to use this as often as I did in the
Yeah.
beginning.
I went around the corner to my house to get some extras.
Right? So the Defend and Resist is basically your echinacea, it's your black elderberry, it is your larch tree, and your zinc. And you can actually suck on them. They're not terrible. I like to crush them up and put them in hot water. For Holton, I'll crush it in a juice with some hydration,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about a little bit later, and his vitamins. So I make a Shaklee juice, and he'll actually ask for it. But the Defend and Resist makes this the Shaklee juice really yummy. So that's a plus.
It tastes well. And the garlic, I don't find an aftertaste with as you would with stuff over the counter.
Right, right. Yes. Um, Here's another big staple in my house, and this is the Vitalized Immunity. This is just like your other one where you drop it in water and it fizzes and then you drink it. It's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Plus it has a lot of the others that you see over there on the right? Some zinc, some magnesium, some potassium. It's got your vitamin E. Anyway, I love this. Fulton drinks his tea every morning, gets his tea, and we always put a half a tab into his tea with a little honey. That's his with his peach tea, actually. And this is something that I keep in my purse at all times because when I hear someone who's not feeling well, I like to pass them a little sample and say, here, try this. Because if you are feeling really yucky, Vitalized Immunity just really just gives you that extra burst, especially if you're having to work and you feel terrible. These are fabulous. Okay, moving on. So a couple of other products that Shaklee that we recommend, we have our chewable vitamin C, and these, by the way, are old pictures where our labels look a little different now. The Liquid Lee is great for little ones. You can put it into their juice. Liquid Lee is actually great for those who can't swallow vitamins as well. And then another staple is our alfalfa. Alfalfa is like a godsend because Holton has allergies. And in the spring and in the fall, from the tree pollen and whatnot, I always kind of set him up with taking some of the alfalfa in a shake. I do believe that it really helps him. It also helps my husband. I take it for my thumbs with my arthritis.
Yeah.
It does so many things, the alfalfa. It's really, it's actually one of Dr. Shaklee's signature vitamins, something that he recommends. It's also part of our cleanse. So the alfalfa is a great product.
I've been using it for about 9 years.
Yeah, I throw it in every day to my shakes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I mentioned to you guys about the hydrate. The hydrate is something that is it's like your Gatorade. It actually is hydrates you faster than water. I think it's 20 seconds. And it is a great alternative to, and I don't even like to say the word, but the Pedialyte with the artificial flavors and the red 40 and the blue 1, and it just shocks me that this is something that a lot of people turn to for their children when they're sick. It's the last thing they need is to have artificial stuff in their body. So I love the hydrate. We make popsicles with it. It's part of Holton Shaklee juice. When I make his mix his vitamins with it. And then to the right, we also have a kids meal shake. We have it in vanilla and chocolate. And that also, as a mommy, has been something that's been really great for me because there were times when Holton just didn't want to eat dinner or he wouldn't eat breakfast. And I had to get out of the house and I would just make him a meal shake. And knowing that he was getting all that goodness there's vitamins in there, like it is, a meal replacement for a kid. and can be used as a snack. It's just a great product to have. So highly, highly recommend it. Another thing that you could do is if you're a protein shake mommy like me, we love Our Life shakes. Holton uses that as well. It's just a great protein that's clean. It's what are some of the things? It's gluten-free,
Gluten-free, GMO-free, vegan, lactose-free, dairy-free, 25 minerals and vitamins.
Yep. So it has a lot of goodness in there, and we just basically share mommy shake. He always grabs for mine anyway. All right, so just some fun things to know, right? This is some of the things that we make for our kids. We'll make them yummy blueberry banana shake. And I always recommend have your kids join you. Have them make up their own shake, you know, guide them, of course. But Holton likes to throw peas into his shake when he makes his. So, you know, and you can, I like to do, what color shake are you going to have today? Is it going to be blue? Is it going to be green? Is it going to be yellow? So those are kind of fun things that you can do.
I like strawberry beet shake.
Right. Yep. Yep. All right. One thing I want to talk about really fast, and this is not part of nutrition, but it's part of having whole health. And that is your environment with your cleaning products. What are you using can make a really big difference in your child's behavior, in the way they can concentrate. And as you can see, especially for babies, their skin is much thinner than ours as adults. So they are susceptible to these toxins that we have in our house. If you're using laundry detergent and fabric softener and dryer sheets, and you just know that there are very, very harmful chemicals in some of these products. So I love that. Yeah, that used to be me. I used to have all that. This was why I started Shaklee, was this right here, right? Living in a toxic home. I was living in a toxic home. I had Pine Sol, Tilex. I had it all. I even tried Greenworks. Some of the organic cleaners, they just didn't work very well. And they were like $6 for like a window cleaner. It was just ridiculous. So are you living in a toxic home? That's the other big question. When a while ago, there was a woman, her name is Dr. Doris Rapp. She wrote a book on children's handwriting, and she did a demonstration on how children's handwriting, when they were exposed to certain chemicals like bleach, like Lysol. And this is another thing that drives me crazy, because in this day and age, we are full of disinfectants all the time. So I just want you to take a good look at this. And I don't know if anyone's watching online, but if you look at the top line over here, you see how this was his writing at school with an air allergy test. This was writing during an allergy test, and then this was the writing after. And I'm just going to move my little box here of us. Then if you come down and you see when they started to expose the disinfectants, you start to see the handwriting to, you know, become not legible. Mm-hmm. And here's one that's before a mold test. Here's during an allergy mold test. And then after a corrected mold allergy. So it just goes to show you, you know, during a disinfectant exposure, and you see this compared to when they take it away and they added what it says, after oxygen treatment for disinfectant exposure, then you saw the handwriting go back to normal. So it was a big eye opener and very interesting. She has a book out. You can certainly look her up. All right. Whoops, hold on. Let me just go to here. Asthma. How many of us, especially children these days, have asthma? They say 1 out of 13, and this is an older slide, so I don't know what it is today. But let's talk about the Get Clean line, okay? This is the cleaners that we have. There's a kit that you can start with. It's around $100, and it gives you everything you need to clean your home. It gives you some of the laundry detergent, the hand wash, the dishwash. And the dishwasher is really important because those fumes that come out of your dishwasher when it's heated up in an element, don't think that you're filling up your home with toxic fumes. So I love that it gives you just a little bit of everything here to be able to clean your home and give it a try. And then of course our famous Basic H, which is my favorite. All right, I mentioned this before that why not give it a try? Shaklee is 100% guaranteed, which basically means that if you're not happy or if it doesn't work for you, Shaklee will give you back your money, like hands down, no questions asked. Oh, let's see here. Seem to have switched my room. Okay. And so 100% guaranteed. And I do love that about Shaklee. They have always, kept their word with anyone who's, had to trade something in or whatever. They're just fabulous. The other part that I think that's awesome, and I mentioned this in one of my posts, and that Shaklee is, I always say it's designed by nature, but proven by science. And their clinical results that they have is like without compromise. And again, as a mom, it just makes me feel safe knowing that I can trust Shaklee. So a cool little thing you can do if you're like some of the things, we have a kids power pack. I actually order this every other month. But you can actually get these Incredivites, and I'll show you. I have some of them here. You can buy these separately. We do have a couple of ways that you can participate. If what you've seen tonight you would like to try, you can be someone who's a member who uses our products. You can also be someone who shares the products, right? If you find that you love Shaklee like I do, and you want to share, and you're going to probably share like I do, then the share program might be something you might be interested. And then of course we have our Build a New Business. If you're looking for something to do to work from home, something that you can share that you're proud of, something that you can back your career behind, like Colleen, who, 30 years in therapy and massage therapy, and she's, all these letters at the end of her name, for her to be able to, offer or share a product, she feels good about sharing Shaklee because they are, a company that you can stand by.
As a mom, I felt comfortable sharing to other moms without regret.
Yeah, that's great. And that's cool. So right now, if you do decide to become a distributor, we have a special price of $49.95. And that also comes with a conference ticket that's coming up, which I'm really excited about. And certainly would love to talk to you if you are interested in something like that.
Yeah.
So some questions to ask yourself. What are you spending on doctor bills? How much time are you running to the pharmacy? Your cost of medications? Not being able to work when your kids are sick, or the loss of sleep, the loss of sanity, right? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? That was me. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Mm-hmm. And who else do you know that's going through this that you might want to share this video with? Because I really do think that Shaklee is a blessing. They are a gift. So what if you did something today that gave you a better tomorrow? We say that all the time to our moms. I'm just going to move this little thing over here. Again, for me, I've been doing Shaklee for 8 years. So Colleen's been doing it for 9. And the difference we see not only in our own health, but our kids' health and also our members' health has been extraordinary. So I'm going to stop our screen share here and just jump back in and just show you, right? Kids Incredivites. I don't know if you can see that too well, right? Mm-hmm. These are great because they come in 3 flavors. And I love that they have little emblems on them. So I'll show them to Holden and I'll ask them, the lightning bolt, I'll say, do you want to be fast today? And then they have a shield, do you want to be strong today? And then they have a star. I say, or do you want to be smart today? And he usually picks the fast one. but it's, you know, something that kind of encourages him to try. He loves his Incredibites. He actually likes to suck on them. He doesn't like to chew them. Whatever makes him do it, I'm happy with that, right? And then for those who are concerned, because the lactoferrin is a part of a milk product, right? If they are have to be dairy free, we have something called Ocean Wonders. And just see if I can show you that.
Mhm.
Ocean Wonders is the same thing, but without the lactoferrin, so they do become they are tooth friendly, and they don't have if you have a milk allergy, this might be better. I actually kind of mix these up because maybe 1 year we'll do this one, and or 6 months this one, and we switch it off, which is kind of nice. And last but not least is your Mighty Smarts. This is, again, a yummy little chew. That's great. And FYI, if you just get the vitamins, these are $27. It's 2 months worth.
That's amazing.
It's worth every single penny. People always say, oh, you know, no, it's expensive. I say, no, this is not expensive at all.
Sick is expensive.
Sick is expensive is right. So I definitely recommend that you give them a try. Again, as I mentioned, Shaklee is 100% money back guaranteed. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm looking, oh, I see I did not record. Okay, it's all right, no big deal, because we can do this again. All right, I want to thank everyone for watching, and I will hope that you will all have a great evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. Any questions, please reach out to the person who shared this video with you. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Jamie. Great job.